back with another video, and today I got What If Goku Was Born with Super Saiyan 4 Part 2. You guys don't really like the last part, and sorry for not uploading for 4 days, but I did explain that I was quite busy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was pretty busy on those days, but now I have a little bit of free time to record. But without further ado, let us begin with this what if scenario. So where I left off was Goku could feel his mother's motherly love as Goku hugs tighter and just continues smiling brightly as Gine and Goku have like a moment together as mother and son. But soon enough, Shin interrupts their family bonding time, telling them that Goku would have to control that power of his. So, just to be safe, just in case he's like, well, just in case something happens and he snaps out of control, or just goes out of control in general and destroys the whole planet. Because his power could do that. As Gine, kind of understands what they're trying to say. She can kind of feel Goku's power, at the same time not really. But she can feel something that she can feel that Goku's strong, and this power is immense and can continue to grow. So she knows to actually take Shin's advice and let Goku train with Shin, but not at the age of 2. Since he's still a man-child, he'd have to, age up a little bit to like at least the age of 6 to 12. Yeah, age of 6. I reckon the age of 6 would be perfectly fine. So we have a time skip to about 4 years. Yeah, no, not 4 years. Yeah, 5 years. It would be about 5 years. But if you guys are wondering what Goku's power level is, I'm pretty sure as a kid his power level was about 2, and I'm not so certain about the multiplier in Super Saiyan 4. Some of you commented on the last video or part that it was like a 4,000 times multiplier, and I'll be sticking with that. So Goku's power level would actually be at a power level of 8,000. Pretty impressive for a young child, but can also continue to grow. And if you're probably wondering why I'm not amping it to like make it over 100,000, well, in my opinion, I think that's a little unnecessary, because he will wipe out most of his few foes that he fights if he already has that stack of power. But yeah, we move. This Goku will still be OP, by the way, so don't you worry. But we go back into the story. As Goku is now the age of 6 years old and is training with Shin, as Shin teaches him basic education like math, English, history, I don't know, whatever other subjects he learns. You guys can like comment subjects if you want. It's kind of your option. But yeah, basically he does all those cool things. Goku, he isn't really a big fan of this, but he does this either way because he wants to protect his mother. His mother is his sole position, or his sole purpose of living. And without his mother, things will go very, very south. As training continues, Goku does, mental, physical training as well, and all sorts of stuff, until he reaches the age of 12. His power level has grown immensely, and his infinite stamina seems to also help out, as his power level already grows. In 6 years straight amount of training, he trains for 6 years straight, okay? 6 years straight, he's going to skyrocket in power level. His power level would skyrocket to about, you're probably going to wonder why I'm doing this, but you kind of see why. His Saiyan potential also comes in here. His power level would be at about 10 million. Yes, and it's 6 years straight, and Vegeta was able to surpass Goku in 6 months, when Goku has he's now like a godlike Saiyan after the ritual. So I'd say 6 years of training would be perfectly fine for 10 million. Actually, 10 million. I might increase it to actually, no, it's not going to be 10 million. It's going to be 25 million. Because I'm kind of lowballing it a little, but I'm gonna increase it because, like, why not? To make the story a little more interesting. But we continue. As Gine watches over her child and, inspects the planet, seeing all its beauty, all of the greens that grow, the trees, and the fields, the flowers, and all that, just a beautiful scenery overall. As Shin, as she notices that Shin is a very, very nice guy, and, you know, has a lot of care for others. As it's no, if you're thinking Gine is falling in love, that's totally off. But Gine finds this guy like a possible father figure for Goku in a way, since Goku kind of looks up to Shin in some ways and aspects that Goku should look up to his dad. And his dad isn't there anymore, and that's because of, well, Frieza. But we move from this. As, like I said, 6 years go by. And now Goku was tasked to lift up the Z sword. Without even hesitating, lifts it immediately. No problem. As now training commences with that sword, as his power, he can feel the big difference. His power level skyrocketing, just increasing every time he swings the sword. It's like a power. It's like it increases your power level each time you swing, and that's rather interesting. Goku finds the sword rather intriguing, and in his opinion, it might have some special ability that increases the properties of his power level in some way and somehow. And Goku's kind of right in some aspects of this, but it's only due to the Elder Kai being sealed. And I'm not basing this off a Dragon Ball Z fact. I'm just basing it off complete plot armor. But we move. As training is going very well for Goku, but on the other hand, Earth is having some issues of its own. Since Goku is gone, the Pilaf gang went on a rampage, finding the Dragon Balls, capturing Bulma a few times, and Bulma worked with Yamcha, and, all the regular Z fighters except Goku. So the only people that were there were Bulma, Yamcha, and Krillin. And they'd get captured like the regular Dragon Ball Z offense, but when the Pilaf gang, finds where King Piccolo was sealed, they unsealed him, like in canon, and find the Dragon Balls and basically give him back his youth to restore his strength. As Kami is now alert of this, and is very wary of King Piccolo, as King Piccolo could yet again put humanity on its knees once more, like he did a long, long time ago. But Shin was watching over many planets and all of that in basically Universe 7, and he kept watch of a specific planet, Earth. And he saw Earth was in dire need of help, and decided to send his pupil, his second pupil, Goku. As Kibito asks, why is he sending Goku, not him? And Kibito kind of feels a little jealous, but, he kind of hides this. And Shin tells him that it's not about skill or power, it's a test to see how Goku would do in real combat, since he hasn't fought anyone besides them in over, I don't know, a long time. I'm just gonna say a long time, because it's just a long time. Anyone in a long time. So, yeah. And Kibito kind of understands this, putting that jealousy aside, and, he treats Goku, rather weirdly, like pretty much a grumpy uncle, but, Goku sees him as like an uncle figure, as, Kibito opens up to more and more, but that's not the point. As Goku has techniques that he learned from the Kais, one of them being, the Kai technique, as Goku teleports right in front of King Piccolo, at the city that he's at, as Goku looks at King Piccolo, as Goku tries to use his Talk no Jutsu, and his Talk no Jutsu is actually not powerful at all this time. His Talk no Jutsu is not great. I mean, he he doesn't have that much skill with Talk no Jutsu. That's mostly Naruto's thing. But, he tries to talk some villains out of things, and he tried to talk Piccolo out of it, and stop him from, destroying the city with words. But King Piccolo chuckles, as he chuckles, saying, "You naive person, you naive man. You honestly think I'll listen to you? The only way you're gonna stop me is through actions, not words." As King Piccolo puts up his hand and blasts Goku, thinking he's dead from that. But Goku walks through the smoke that was created from the blast, unscathed and unscratched. As King Piccolo widens his eyes, saying, "What?" As he tries to go for a jab, Goku basically dodges this. Actually, he just lets him punch him, and it did nothing. Goku's like a wall of actual steel. Steel that King Piccolo cannot break, as Goku reels back his fist, punching King Piccolo, and that punch sent him flying through 3 mountains, as King Piccolo was bruised and basically beat from that exact one punch. And he was bleeding from the mouth, and, he was basically coughing up blood, as Goku uses the Kai, teleporting to, King Piccolo, as he's basically on the ground, already almost unconscious. As Goku tells him, "You either give up now, or I have to, kill you." As Goku isn't a very big fan of killing, but he had no other option, as Piccolo refused his offer and initially chose death. As Piccolo, before dying, somehow spits out an egg and tells himself that his son will avenge him. And I do apologize if you can hear that rain in the background. It's raining pretty hard. I'll try my best to increase the music so you won't hear all this. But yeah, we move from this, as King Piccolo spits out his egg, as Goku blasts him to smithereens. As Goku did see where the egg went, and decided to, take the egg, taking it back with him, and this egg is flooded with hatred. Hatred for Goku, specifically Goku for taking out his father. But Goku doesn't really care about that, and uses the Kai technique, or was about to, before he was stopped, as you can hear a voice from his head, as the voice said, "Hey there," or as, the voice introduces himself, "Stop." And Goku yells, or just asks, "Who's there?" As Kami introduces himself, saying, "My name is Kami, and I'm the god of Earth, or you could call me Earth's guardian. And that egg you holds the reincarnation of King Piccolo, and I would like you to give him to me. I will seal him away so he will not cause any more problems for planet Earth, as it's my duty as guardian." But Goku refuses his offer, saying, "I think there's a more better and logical way to deal with this." As Goku tells him that, why not, instead of sealing him, you should at least give him a chance to change, as Goku tells Kami telepathically that change is always a possibility, whether you're evil or you're not. As Kami contemplates this and accepts his offer in one condition, that if Piccolo turns out evil and tries to destroy the world, then Goku has to give Piccolo to him and basically let Kami seal him. As Goku agrees with these conditions, and basically Kai's back into, Supreme Kai's universe or world. As, Shin was watching, saying, "What an excellent performance." As, he basically smiles, showing that Goku did a good job and is rather grateful that the threat is now, well, eliminated. And he could have done it himself, if I'm being honest. He just wanted to test Goku, though. As, well, Goku tells him that it's been pretty fun to do these little missions at times, as Goku has done missions like this, but has never really fought anyone. He's just saved people from destroying or destroyed planets. It helps him move or migrate to a different planet. That's basically what Goku's been doing for the past 6 or so years. But we now move on. We move on to, well, the Dragon Ball Z start. Or the start of Dragon Ball Z. And that will be, well, with Raditz. As Raditz informs his squad, basically, or his squad leader, about his brother. His brother, who was born with a rather unique illness. As, you know, they still think Goku was a sick Saiyan. And, you know, he explains what type of sickness it looked like. As, well, Vegeta just looks at Raditz saying, rather peculiar. But, besides that, I want you to bring him to me, as I want him as a crucial part of my squad. Got it, Raditz. As Raditz understood this, he basically took a space pod, heading to Earth. As Shin, monitoring other planets like I've stated before, monitors this specific space pod that was heading to planet Earth, as Goku was told again by Shin that there's another mission. As this time, it happened to be a Saiyan, as the Saiyan was known as Raditz. As, well, you know, Shin has them godly powers. I'm pretty sure he can figure something out and know his name. So, as Gine was like, listening in, and, you know, making some dishes or just food for Goku, when she hears the word Raditz, she goes ecstatic as she runs up to Shin, shaking him like a rag doll, saying, Raditz, Raditz, are you sure it's Raditz? As, you know, Shin is just all woozy now from all the shaking, as he yells, calm down, calm down. Yes, and it is Raditz. As tears fall from her face, as Goku looks at his mother, saying, Ma, you know, Goku's like age 21 or 20 at this age, but we move. As, well, Gine starts to cry a little, as tears fall from her face, as Goku hugs her mom, saying, Mom, it's okay. There's no need to cry. As, you know, Gine tells Goku that that person called Raditz is his elder brother. As Goku widens his eyes, saying, elder brother? I had a brother? As Goku feels a little excited by this, you know, knowing he has an elder brother. But Shin still says that Earth will be in great danger, as Raditz is looking for Goku. Yeah, Shin calls him Goku. I forgot to mention this in the first part, but Shin calls him Goku, while Gine calls him Kakarot. But to make things simpler or easier, I will call him Goku, so we don't have any confusions. But we move on from this. As Goku nods his head, knowing what to do already. As Goku is about to leave, Gine hops on his back and basically gets teleported with Goku. As Shin just facepalms, saying, well, what can I do about her? As he just watches from his crystal ball, as Goku brought his sword with him, teleporting to Earth, and teleporting to a pretty massive desert wasteland, as he knows his brother is able to find him. As Raditz lands in the same farm, killing the same farmer, and looking for, well, people. Yeah, looking for people. And I did forget to mention, Piccolo grew up with Goku, and became his little brother. Basically, Goku became a big brother figure to Piccolo. Yeah, and Piccolo is right now in Supreme Kai's planet and training under Kibito. Yeah, training under Kibito. That's why I didn't mention him for a little while, because he was training But anyways, we move. As Goku is waiting for his elder brother, as his elder brother shows himself. As he was about to like start talking, he sees his mother. As he's just in absolute shock. Shock hits him so hard he just stops moving in general. As he doesn't even realize it himself, tears flow from his face as he starts walking, and then starts walking faster, and then starts jogging, and then running, and sprinting, and basically runs up and hugs his mother, crying his eyes out. As as Vegeta and Nappa were listening in, they were rather confused at what's going on. As Raditz tells him, "Mom, I haven't seen you in ages. Where have you been, mother?" As her mother basically, or his mother, explains the whole story and why they were here. As Raditz looks at his brother saying, "Ah, brother." As he looks at him, rather puzzled and weirded out by Goku's red fur and all that, but he still realizes Goku has a tail, so at least Raditz could say that Goku has some Saiyan pride left. But he asks his brother why he hasn't conquered this planet yet, as his mother tells him that they live on another planet. As Raditz just nods his head and basically listens into what they have to say, as they continue listening in, as so does Nappa and Vegeta, listening into all this information. But we move from this, as, well, Raditz tells his brother that he should join their squad and work under Frieza. As Gine hears this, Gine is a little frustrated, saying, "You work under Frieza? The person or the man that killed your father?" As Raditz, well, he wasn't too sure about this story himself, because, he was told it was a meteor. But, well, let's just say he was left out of the, squad or the group, Nappa and Vegeta, because he was a low-class warrior. They didn't trust him with such information, so they left him out. So Raditz still thinks it was a meteor that caused their planet's destruction and father's death. As Raditz is speechless. His father was killed by the man he serves. As now he's even more frustrated with Frieza, wanting to absolutely decimate him, but he knows he can't do that without his brother's help. As Goku looks at him saying, "I'm sorry, brother, but I can't help you. I can't join your squad. I have to stay here and protect Mother." As Raditz just, gives him logical reason why he should join, but I don't see why Goku should join him, so Raditz tries to pick a fight. As Gine tells them both to stop, but Goku puts his hand out to his mother saying, "Mother, let me handle this." As Goku basically gets into his fighting stance, and so does Raditz, as Raditz charges in. As Goku doesn't even go into his fighting stance. He basically turns around and starts walking away. As he yells, "I don't think this is a worth it fight. You're too weak for me, brother." As, Goku is having a little strategical battle here, messing with Raditz's, Saiyan pride. As he was told by Shin that Saiyans take their pride very, very seriously, so getting insulted with something related to pride will basically infuriate any Saiyan. As basically Raditz rushes in saying, "What the hell did you just say?" Trying to land a punch on Goku, but Goku basically pulled the Luffy on Raditz, as he basically punched him in his face, knocking him out already. So this scene would be very reminiscent to the one in Jaya, where Luffy knocks out Bellamy with one punch. As Raditz is completely schooled by Goku with one punch. As Goku punched the side with a scout or so, it blew up in his face, leaving a few burn marks. But Goku knows some cool Kai abilities and knows how to heal people. And that's a plus side. So he basically just heals up Raditz, as Raditz now understands his brother's true capabilities, to some degree. As now they move on. As well, Vegeta and Nappa are rather disappointed in Raditz, as they start talking trash about him, saying, that useless lower class Saiyan. To think we'd actually trust him with such a mission. How pitiful. As Nappa starts laughing, saying, beaten in only one punch. How weak can you be? As they both laugh maniacally. As now, Vegeta has set his eyes on Goku, pinning him as a target. But we move from this, as Goku and Raditz spend a little time together in, the Supreme Kai's world, and at the start it was a bit of a shaky start, and they didn't really get along all too well. But soon enough, they started to get along, and started to, well, have a pretty good, relationship as brothers. But not like the best relationship. I'd say they're in mid-terms right now. So they still have this sibling rivalry. But yeah, we move from all of that. As, well, Goku is now gonna have to face a few more Saiyans in his life. 2 being elite class warriors, and 1 of them being an actual prince. But soon enough, he'll meet a foe that he'll have to train extra hard to beat. That having to be known as Frieza. But I think this is a good part to end it off, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. But make sure to like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on a video. And guys, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so do your boy a favor and sub to the channel, and it's free, so you can always unsub. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next What If scenario. Peace.